when you feel the presence of your inner self, the reality of what you are. You are in the silence of your true being. There is no opinion inside you. Because nothing appears inside. All that appears is only in the outer world, which is not yours. The outer world belongs to the mind, to the thoughts, to the opinion. When that appears, that outer world, you have lost your silence and your reality. Although it is eternally present. Even when you are acting, you can feel the silent presence of your true being. And when that becomes stronger, the actions lose their grip. That what appears is slowly becoming less important. It will fade away, although it still appears every day, since you are in this body, in this world. But don't lose the silent presence that you are. It is now here. There is nothing that is not silent. There is nothing, there is not a single thing that is not your own presence. Even if you think about the world, it is totally different from your inner self. The two worlds cannot be mixed, said Ramana Maharshi. The outer world is busy, noisy, and acting. It is moving, changing, and taking the peace away if you are too busy with that outer world. But as you know that your inner self is always present as this silent being, eternally blissful, if you are aware of that, there can not become something more important than that silence that you are. Just give it attention, and that is your real world. It is formless, it has no opinion. Inside you there is no form, no sound, no opinion about whatever, because nothing appears in that silence. bliss of that silence. There is not a possible sound that can disturb it. There is nothing, no opinion, no movement that can disturb that silence, that presence of yourself. It is the blissful silence of God, the real you, the self that you are. And go in the world. Do what is needed to be done, and all the bliss will be given to you. Although you are acting and moving, it is not disturbing anymore. It will fade away. It's the world of the outer being, the mind, and the inner, in the real self, the mind cannot enter there. Nothing can disturb that peaceful being of yourself. Feel the reality of your true self. It is there. It is the true real self. God, presence, love, silence, bliss. That's your home. Be happy. Every action, every movement that you make, everything that you do is God. And everything that you want to change about that is you. And that's your pain. Don't change God. You will not succeed. And God will change you. And He has already succeeded. He is everything. Just believe that truth. He is all movement, all creation. He is all that is. And if you think you are apart from Him and you can do your things, that's your illusion, and that's your pain, your frustration. Surrender to God and He will take over, because He is already the doer of your so-called your actions. Wow, what a freedom, what a bliss. To be yourself is so easy. You don't have to put things on it or get more to be the self. Only let go everything. I am this, I am that. It's too much. Just let go this and that. And what remains is what you are. Everything that comes after I am is too much. You don't have to carry that weight. I am is what you are. It's easy, it doesn't weigh you down. You need nothing. It is now what you are. and it is eternally what you are. All of a sudden I feel this bliss wave coming, searching a way out to find God, to offer this love. But God says, no, 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 don't seek a way out to me. This is what your really self is, your real self. This bliss belongs to you. This is Ananda. Only thing new on this earth is that you are experiencing your real self for the first time since you came in a form. After all those travels and journeys, billions and billions and billions of sea waves have been up and down, up and down. It's on and on and on. And the skies, how many clouds have sailed by in all those eons. Tell me what's new on this earth, and I will have a look. The only new about it is me. Me reaching the self that I am. The bliss is flowing through me, and it's not going outward anymore to find some form to say thank you and to receive grace of something out of me, outside. There's no inside or outside. It is all bliss. Since beginning of time, it was the bliss. Chasing over the earth, rolling over the seas, being blown in the clouds in the skies. The bliss was carrying and uplifting the wings of the flying birds. It was just the bliss, what was not seen, was not recognized. And now that you have received it, now that you have discovered that bliss, that's over there, and that's over there, and it's in here. It's yours, it is yours, wherever you look. See the chasing clouds in the sky, that's your bliss. See the ocean waves coming up and breaking down, that's your bliss. Feel it, feel the warmth of the sun opening up the bulbs of the flowers, giving their colors to you. My goodness, what a world! Where have we been looking for? And why did we not see it? Where did we not see the bliss of ourselves? How could we miss it? Where have we been? The mind has taken over. The mind said, go and find bliss. And the mind shuts up now, and there is the bliss. The bliss of being. Oh my goodness, I am dancing. The soul is dancing in the waves and in the clouds and in the wings of the birds and on the sprouts of the grass, and wherever you look, there is my bliss, because I am there. It is all that self, that being. No inner, no outer. It's one total blissful being that I am. No forms needed. No forms possible in bliss. You cannot recognize the forms anymore. They have lost their particular appearance. It is just one ocean of bliss. Ocean of bliss. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. So blissful. Life is just bliss in expanding itself in all directions. And by going everywhere, it is coming to itself. Always going around and around to itself. A blissful feeling, the blissful self. Boundless, limitless. That's the I am. If you come to think about it, everything that has to come has already been here. It has already happened. Everything is just repeating itself. It's just moving appearances. Nothing special about it. It's not new. It has been there so many times. Watch it. You will see. There's nothing new. Nothing is not known already. It is there since ages. Everything only takes place in your consciousness. And it is the goal to see, to realize that nothing takes place. Because what is taking place in your consciousness, in your mind, in your thoughts, isn't really there. So nothing ever happens. And that's the goal of going into duality, to see what is real and what is not real, what exists, so-called, what appears, but what is not reality. We live in the non-duality and in the duality of God's awareness. And God is the silent observer. Nothing happens. I'm looking outside. Although I know nothing exists, there's a movement, and I look outside and I see a man walking with a dog. And then, although I know he doesn't exist, this man thinks he exists, and even the dog doesn't think about it. It just is walking there, knowing nothing. But I know they don't exist. But that's not really true. I don't exist. So the dog and the man walking there, they are just being showing up in my consciousness, and I myself looking at them also is visible in my own consciousness. There is nothing but consciousness. There's nothing to it. And where does anything that moves and shows up, where does it come from when it does not exist? It's in your consciousness. But this consciousness is in your mind, in your body. So you have eyes and ears to look around and see movements, and then you can know that they are not real, they are just in your consciousness. But the consciousness is inside this body, but this body also is just appearing in consciousness. Wow, who is who is conscious of it? Who is the energy that makes everything up? That's awareness. And why does this awareness make up all the forms that are visible? Well, it's a game, it's a play. Awareness is empty. There's nothing in it. And then apparently there is consciousness with forms appearing in that awareness, but awareness is empty. There cannot enter something in emptiness. This all is just what you make up. But it's not you that makes it up. You are made up also. There's just this emptiness, this field of energy with nothing in it but fantasy, things made up just for fun, or things are made up by this empty awareness. There must be a power, an intelligence which is empty because there are no forms. There's nothing in it, but it makes up forms, and the form starts to believe it is real. And only by thinking it is real, it can discover that it is not real. That is the piece of the awareness that finds out, hey, I am not all that stuff made up. And the consciousness in you is growing to that emptiness. So don't be afraid to disappear because you were not there in the first place. It is just a happy, blissful ananda when you discover you don't exist. Nothing can harm you. There's bliss and happiness. All of a sudden I feel this bliss coming through. It's warm and it's feeling so well feeling, and I search for a way to express it, to express my gratitude. And then God says, oh no, don't search a way out. This bliss is what you really are. You don't have to thank anyone to say thanks, because this is your real inner self. It is your being, yourself. This is your Ananda. It's what you really are. And Ananda does not say thank you to no one, because Ananda is itself, and it does not need a way to share, because Ananda is fulfilled. It only sees Ananda. If you walk in the park and you see the trees with the brown leaves and the wind and some old branch, then you see this is Ananda that's looking like that. Ananda looks like that because there is no difference in Ananda. Ananda is fulfilled of itself. There is no difference in Ananda. That's your bliss. There is no incarnation. It's all imagination. The heart wants to be free, and the mind wants to know it is free. So it will never be. Knowing is not free. Knowing of something. And there is an object. All that is imagination. So, nothing's particular to be known, because it is all imagination. Every single aspect is imagination. There's no difference in imagination. There can be difference in what is imagined. That makes us a prisoner of our own imagination. You find an object and you go and try to understand, work with it, and then you lost your freedom, you see? Because you are stuck in your imagination. There is one thing, one being that knows all this. And that's your freedom. Freedom is knowing without the mind, knowing without the thoughts, knowing without an object to know. That's real knowing. There's no you. All the rest is imagination. Whatever is you is imagination. That's freedom. It's so funny to know that you are not here. What you see is your own imagination, and something can touch that imagination, or the truth inside of that imagination, and it starts to laugh and to feel the happiness, and then you want to share this happiness to make others see they don't exist neither, so they can be happy too. But it has no use to share, because there are no others, because you are not here. You understand it? Every time there comes this idea, oh, I want to share this with the others to make them see they are free, but they don't exist because I don't exist. How can I tell something when I don't have a mouth and a mind and a body and nothing? You know what imagination is? You know? You don't know it because you are imaginated. Yeah. You are the imagination of one great fantastic creature making up all stories. And that is the one inside you, that being. And it doesn't exist, and you, the form around it, you are this imaginated form, so you don't exist neither, because there is no one. So how can I share this wisdom with you when we both don't exist? But it is the inner self, the reality, that is discovering what it is. Although you don't exist, there is still something that knows that. And that what knows that it doesn't, that this body and mind doesn't exist, that is the thing, the entity, the energy that makes it up. It makes all kinds of forms, and the forms start to speak with each other, but one form wasn't born yet, and the other form had no mouth, and they lived in a house with no walls, and they were talking about the imaginated stories that had not started yet, and they were not really in the form because they didn't exist. So that's the story that I tell you. Something knows that you don't exist, and that something is the witness of that non-existing form speaking to another non-existing form about the things that are not yet happened, have not happened yet, and the story about what they are telling is not spoken because as they don't exist, they had no mouths to speak and no ears to listen. But they were sitting contentedly in the house with no walls, looking at the appearing forms which were not born yet. And they lived happily ever after because they were not born. will always be. I am what I am, will always be. Eternity will always be. Eternity will always be. No beginning and no end, no beginning and no end. I am what I am, eternal, eternity. Eternity is what is me. Eternity, that is me. I am that Tattvamasi. I am, I am, I am, I am. I am what I am. I am what I am. An ode to eternity. What I am. I am. Tattvamasi, 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 Tattvamasi. Eternally, eternally, eternally. Ocean of bliss, ocean of bliss, ocean of bliss, ocean of bliss is what I am, what I am. Ocean of bliss, what I am. Nothing, 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 no bottom, no walls, no ceiling, no floor, thing. That's what I am. Nothing, nothing, nothing. What I am. Nothing. What I am. I am everything that is. All that exists. I am everything that is. All that I exist, but it's nothing. It is what I am. It's not a thing, but it's what I am. I am that. I am that. I am that which has no name. I am that which has no form. I am that which has no time. I am that which has no death. I am happiness. I am bliss. I am bliss. Ocean of bliss. Ocean of bliss. Ocean of timeless, formless bliss. It's what I am. It's what I am. It's what I am. It's what I am forever, eternally. Oh, what a happiness, and that is me. No form, no time, only bliss. No form, no time, only bliss. Ocean of bliss, ocean of bliss. Drift away on your ocean of bliss. Sink in the void of your ocean of bliss. Sink in the depths of your ocean of bliss. Formless bliss, timeless bliss. Formless bliss, timeless bliss. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. All things are gone, but I am here. All things are gone, but I am here. Ocean of bliss, that's what I am. Ocean of bliss, that's what I am. Ocean, ocean. Sink away in yourself.